I hope everyone is doing well. Today we're going to talk a little compound sentence. Super excited about that. So, a reminder, what is a compound sentence, my friends? It's been a while. So, a compound sentence is two independent clauses which are made up of subject and verb. Separated by one of the following. It is going to be a comma and a coordinating conjunction, which is our fanboys, for, and, nor, but, or, yet, so. It could be a semicolon, but it has to be two like ideas. Or, and this is new this week, it could be a semicolon, a transition, and a comma. And we will talk more about that in the coming days. Oh, make sure in the corner of your paper for me, go ahead and write down if your sibling's name, one of them, or write down your younger cousin. All right, so what creates a compound sentence is going to be those two independent clauses separated by one of the following: coordinating conjunction, semicolon, or a transition. Some of the transitions you can use, however, though, and so on. The point is, the reason the semicolon comes before these, therefore, is another popular one, is because the sentence, the second independent clause, could stand alone. So as stated above, the punctuation for an independent clause, and I like to jump ahead, so that's just how I roll, is going to be a comma and a coordinating conjunction, a semicolon, or a semicolon, transition, and a comma. This right here, very popular on the ACT. This is something we see a lot of. We talk about it. We see a lot of it, so that it's very popular. So the way that you diagram a compound sentence is you are going to diagram first independent clause separately. So you might have subject and verb, and then with a dotted line, you're going to connect it to your second independent clause. Okay? And that should be review. I would also add the punctuation too. And guys, this is something you can do on the ACT. On the test, I know we talked about this. A lot of you guys were ignoring those strategies that we've been working on pretty intensely and not labeling. That's going to show you if that comma actually needs to be there. It's going to help you eliminate those answer choices. If you can do subjects and verbs, it's going to be success on the ACT. All right, let's try a couple. I actually put a couple ACT questions on here because I want you guys to try these. Okay, so it said, but he had already taught myself and I never forgot. So I know my subject here is going to be he had, and then I have another verb. Myself is going to be a predicate nominative because it's saying myself. And then subject, and then verb. But so I know that the punctuation in this is not the problem. I have subject and verb on both sides, connected with a coordinating conjunction and comma. Here's the problem though, myself. Myself is referring back to he. Well, that doesn't make any sense. It would say himself if that was correct. So we know myself can't be the right answer there because that's not a direct object. So I'm going to cross out no change. Ooh, I can cross these out too because they both have myself. The correct answer is B. This would be himself if it was actually the correct answer. But because it's saying myself, we know that myself can't, it would say I and not he. So that's why that's going to be the correct answer. I also want to look at, and this one I want you guys to try on your own in terms of answering and diagramming. So you're going to answer and diagram. But I want to look at this one. So my subject is going to be Hewlett-Packard broke with convention and instituted dress down Fridays. Great. I know that this is my verb, and this is going to be a prepositional phrase. Ooh, I got another verb. So that's a verb, and then this is going to be a direct object. Well, I know for sure I do not need a comma over here because you only have one subject. Okay, so but doesn't really work because that's the wrong and shows continuation. But is going to show a shift. But there's no shift. It's saying that they instituted dress down Fridays, so I know that's not right. And instituting dress down Fridays. Well, this ends in ed, and this is past tense. So ing is going to be present tense. So I'm going to cross that out too. Doesn't work. That instituted, that doesn't really work. That doesn't really work either because this is, that is assuming just that. So you're going to cross that out. So the answer is going to be no change. Let's skip down because I want you guys to try this one on your own. This is a semicolon question, but let's try this one together. It says the library is a quiet place and many students prefer it to have home. So library, verb, predicate nominative because it's pointing back to that subject, verb, direct object, and then I have a prepositional phrase. So to diagram this, what you're going to do, you're going to have library is place. And then I know that this is punctuated correctly, so it's going to be students prefer it, because that's my direct object, and it's describing where they prefer to home. So that is correct, and you're going to add that dotted line there to show comma and. I want you to try that one as well. You're going to diagram an answer, and then here you're going to label and diagram. All right, make sure to submit these on Schoology, guys. Rock and roll, man.